Then shut up.
Let us talk. If you don't know,
what do you
let
mean?
us talk.
I know more about it than you do, bro. I know more about Islam than you do.
You know more about Islam than me?
I can't stand it when white fucking men from Scandinavia want to fucking tell me as an Iranian woman that I don't fucking understand Islam.
You bimbo.
Take several goddamn fucking seats. Okay? You could
that doesn't know who I am, right?
He did say Israel first, Brown, just so you know.
Yeah.
Well, you can start and stop there, and then all the problems would end.
That's not true. That is not true.
Yeah. Wait, did he just say I'm the only person? You're not important enough for me to know who the fuck you are. You want to nuke my region of the world, and I'm gonna fucking tell you when my part of the... I can't with this.
Oh my god, you're telling everybody up here as if they don't know me.
I don't care. Are you trying to be popular? Is that your whole quest?
No, I am
you're
popular.
saying
Whether you like it or not, I am popular.
I don't care.
Hey,
I think you're a weirdo.
no.
I think you're a fucking weirdo. You want to be popular, bitch? You're not as popular.
Bree, all he's saying is we're familiar with his thought process. This is nothing new for us.
Oh, is that what he's saying? I don't know. I think he's a Scandinavian white man who wants to undo a lot of fucking my people in my part of the world. So, meanwhile, what we're trying to do is trying to fucking fix issues.
He's not a Scandinavian white man.
He is. No, Brown, he is. He said he is.
This is what he is. He's an American white man who only knows certain parts of history because that's all he's been taught. And that's okay.
What?
Listen, he said he's Scandinavian. He said he's Scandinavian.
He looks at the world. He looks at the world through a very white lens.
Wait, Brown,
bitch, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. You want to be feminist, you weirdo. Shut the fuck up. Don't talk to my friend Brown like that.
He looks at the world
I
through a
don't
very
like you.
American white lens. Bree, it's okay. He looks at the world through a very American white lens.
Yeah, he does.
Fine. Like we're used to it at this point.
That's not. Wait, Brown. That's not true because I don't like the way America is.
The yelling, Banksy. The yelling, babe. What, Tom?
Because you don't like the way that America is.
I think that's like
you don't look at it through a certain lens.
I don't like.
You do look, but you still look at it through a very white American.
Yeah, you do. You're goddamn fucking white, bitch. You're fucking white.
Bree,
you're Scandinavian and shit. Isn't that white?
Calm down. I do not want to yell.
I can't calm down. I'm sorry. I can't. I am crashing out. And is that why you do it, you fucking Gen Z weirdo? Is that why you fucking follow me around and want to be a part of the panels? Oh, I don't give a fuck what the fuck you are. You're dumb, is what I know. You're fucking dumb, and you're white, and you're stupid, and you're a man. You're not smarter than I am.
I am. You don't even know what a jihad is, but you claim Muslim.
The fact that this man is gonna fucking tell me who I am and what I am, that's fucking wild.
Look, Belle's a Muslim. Belle, what is jihad?
She's as Muslim as I am. By the way, if she wants to even claim it. I don't even like to claim it because...
Fellow Americans.
Yes.
Trey, you back, Trey. You back, Trey. You had your phone.
Look, you decided to wake up.
What's going
Belle,
on?
do you hear this? You're as Muslim
Where did
as
you go? I hate it when Tom does this. I hate it when you do this,
Trey.
Cal. Like, what the fuck?
Okay,
how the fuck
you guys have
get
to
away
say
with that backdrop? That's all I want to know.
I be having stuff to do. I can't. Damn. I can't live.
No, I'm saying.
No, listen,
I have people not coming for you.
Can I have Belle answer this question, please? Belle, as a Muslim, what is jihad?
So jihad is two things. It is a spiritual struggle with yourself and sin, and it is also a struggle or a fight against all enemies of Islam.
Thank you. It is a holy war.
So the radicals.
Is that not what I said?
The radical is
no.
The radical Islamic. The radical Islamic people interpret that in the way that floats their boat for the moment.
Yeah, they misinterpret it. I think.
Wait, hold on. You can't
that about the radical.
Even if they're radical, you can't tell a Muslim that they're misinterpreting something.
Okay, all I said, Belle, I don't know if you want to agree with me on this or not, Belle. All I said that by the way, you're not wrong, feminist. As an Iranian, right? Like, we're not very religious. Let me just finish my sentence. We're not the most, well, the ones that are in, no, Brown, you're right. The ones, oh my God, can I just finish the
Breeza,
sentence,
you're
please?
trying to like, Breeza, I'd like to explain to you because I know I explained this to you before.
I'm not a fake Muslim.
No, hold on a minute, Breeza. That doesn't work for your country. The reason why Albania is and why you're saying what I've told you is because Albania was locked down for like over 30 years and could not practice religion. It was the first atheist country in Europe. Okay, and the reason why religion is more of a social construct and people are not that religious and that practicing in Albania is because they just lost. They're lost.
Yeah, what's good,
They're lost
y'all?
in the
Officer
sauce.
Banks. All y'all was
But
good.
it's not the same in Iran.
Iran, yeah, no, I understand. Can I just explain what I was trying to say? Listen, Iranians are not necessarily really good at Islam. I'll be honest with you on that. This is why, hang on, I need for you to be quiet for 1 second. Please, feminists, please. So the reason, actually, Bella's 1,000% right. I don't think there is such a thing as a good Muslim. But here's what I do want to say about that.
What?
I think I've told you
One
this
second.
before.
One
Wait,
second.
what?
Hold on.
Oh my God.
Can I just finish my
Oh
my
my
sentence?
fucking God. Did she just say
Wait,
that?
Brown.
My father was a good
She just said
Muslim.
it.
I'm sure he was. That's not what I meant. That's not what I meant. That is not what I meant. I'm so
dead.
sorry. I actually
can't.
misspoke. What I'm trying to say is, as a
Sound like an
country,
Israeli right now.
I know, and that's why I'm like dying. Hold on. What I'm trying, and of course I fucking hate them. What I'm trying to say is, as like a theocracy, there is no such a thing as like a good, you know. You guys, can I just please, without all the interruption, without all the laughing, can I just say this, please? What I was trying to say,
That's
it's
very
okay.
fucking
I know, but you didn't hear me finish. Okay. So as an Iranian, right, like in the dystopia world, right, like not being, like I know there are a lot of Iranian Muslims, like I visited that country twice, right? I worked there at University of Tehran. Hold on. I think I'm being very misunderstood here. I'm not trying to say there aren't any good Muslims. I misspoke. I did.
Slow
I just
down and
meant,
think about what you're going to say before you say
I'm
it.
going to slow down. Okay. What I'm trying to say is I think when you come from a theocracy, right? This is why I don't like the state of Israel. Not just this, but I think anytime you put a religion, right, as like your whole personality as a country, like the Star of David, right?
Be careful.
That's wrong. Yeah, sorry, Brown, but I think that's wrong. I think that's automatically going to like assume that certain people aren't human enough or good enough to be under your country. This is why I stand against the country that my mom is from, right? They have Iran's flag right now has like Allah written in it. And by the way, I don't mind Islam. It's just that establishing a religion, and this might be
Allah just means God. Allah just means
So
God.
let me-
You have it everywhere.
But
You
let me
have
ask
it.
a
Hold on.
question,
You
Bray.
have it everywhere in Christianity, though. You have it on the money where it says "In God We Trust." You have it on you. It's everywhere.
I agree, but we don't
The
establish
problem
religion
is
here.
when
Wow.
you're saying the way that you said it. You said it. I know you misspoke. I can respect that.
No, she did.
The
No, she
issue
did.
is shut up, Ligma. There are you
What I
have
meant to say-
you have radicals in every religion. I'm sorry to tell y'all this. You know this. Huh?
Yes, that's
He's
very,
not
very
wrong. I
true.
agree with
There's
her.
bad people in every religion.
It was
Hold,
just
and hold on, Belle. Let me explain this. Hold on, let me explain this real quick. There are radicals in every religion, right? And you're not going to sit
Yes.
here and tell me that the radicals have misinterpreted scripture. No, what they're doing, what radicals do, is they take scripture for face value. There is no interpretation. They take the words that are written literal as they are. There is no misinterpretation.
No.
So when you have a
That's
radical,
not true.
hold on, I'll
Hold
explain
on,
this.
no,
I'll
one
explain this.
second,
When you have-
Ligma, because the
Belle,
Quran,
Belle, you
the
had to
Quran
talk a long
says,
time.
1 second, the Quran says you can't
Quran is
go to
expressly
heaven.
against war.
1 second.
No, it's
Can I-
not. No, it's
Can I
not. There are
finish?
two
Yes, it
sectors
is.
of the Quran.
Hold
And how
on.
are you going to interrupt me and then say, let
Okay,
me
go ahead.
finish?
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, so even in Christianity, a radical Christian is going to look at Levitical law and take that face value and say that chattel slavery is good, right? The same is with the Quran. The Quran has two parts to it. Before he goes to Mecca and after he goes to Mecca. After he goes to Mecca, he is a warlord. He is war-torn.
Are you talking about Muhammad? Is he talking about Muhammad right now? Because that actually, as a
Peace be
person,
upon him.
yeah, peace be upon him. Thank you, bro. What?
You can't sit here and say that the Quran is against war when he is absolutely all for war after Mecca.
That's true. No argument.
Listen, I'm not even talking. What I actually agree with you. I think that when it comes to all religions,
That's because I'm teaching you right now. Of course, you agree with me. I'm teaching you.
Is he?
Wait, Ligma.
What's up?
The Quran clearly states that you don't go to Janan. You don't go to Janan. You don't go to heaven if you want to.
What's Janan? Janan is heaven.
Janan is heaven.
Jahannam.
Common sense,
Jahannam.
Bree.
Is it Jahannam? That's hell, right?
It's Janan. Janan.
Oh, Janan. Okay, in Farsi, is it Jahannam? Okay.
You don't go to heaven. The Quran clearly states there's no interpretation in every language that it's been translated in. It clearly states if you unalive yourself, you do not go to heaven, even if you have converted 100 Muslims throughout your lifetime. You will not make it to heaven if you unalive yourself. So explain the crazies that are unaliving, booming themselves in planes or in it doesn't make sense. In the name of God, how are they doing it in the name of God when you're not going to heaven, motherfucker?
But that's the thing, right? That's the thing. It's kind of like how Ligma was just saying. It's kind of like how Ligma was just saying, or you was just saying. Actually, there are extremists in every religion. Yes. So, remember earlier we was talking about the Templars. They took the idea of every what's the word that they use? It's not infidel. That's Islam. Every
Wait, hold on. Can I explain? She asked me the question. Can I explain it?
What's the word for people who are not Christian?
Infidels? No, that's not infidels.
Not Christian?
In Christianity, it's every.
Oh, in Christianity. So I wouldn't know. Sorry.
So generally, Christianity.
I went to Catholic school and I still don't know this. I can
hear me? Brown, can you hear me?
Hear you.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. So Brown, typically in Christianity, if you're non-Christian, you're pagan. No, you're pagan.
It's no,
non-Christians
not pagan. It's a G word. Every
what, Gentile?
I can't believe it. Gentile. That's it. Every Gentile, technically, under some people's idea of Christianity.
Gentile is anyone that's not Jew.
Exactly.
No, it's not Christian. It's Jew. If you're not Jewish, you're a Gentile.
Okay, got it.
I don't know. Is that it? I don't even know.
Pretty much it's the same damn thing.
Are you saying heathen?
Even Christians use the word Gentiles. It's in the Bible too. It's not only in the Talmud.
Yeah.
Heathen.
So
no. Can you hear me?
If you're non-Christian, you're generally pagan. If you're not a Jew, you're Gentile.
Okay, every pagan. Then. Let's go with pagan.
Pagan, because paganism was its own thing. Like we were all. My country was pagan before Christianity came.
Pagan is a Christian term. You weren't labeled pagan until Christians labeled you pagan.
Oh, never mind.
That is very true. But this is what I'm trying to say. This is what I'm trying to say. I'm just trying to make the point that in Islam, you know what I'm saying, they have a certain name for people who are not Islamic. In Christianity, they have a certain name for people who are not Christians. In Judaism, they have a certain name for people who are not Jews. And according to every single one of those religions, it's okay to go to war with them if you only read part of their book. That's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? So we can't sit here and act like there are not people like Lama said earlier. There are not people who are only going to take certain verses or certain scriptures and it defines their whole damn life. That's just the reality of religion. That's why I'm not religious.
Brown, what's Sharia law?
Sharia. I don't know exactly the differences between Sharia and Sunni law, but I know that one is worse than the other.
Okay, Belle, what's Sharia law?
Seriously?
Yeah. Yeah, because you asked me why people unalive themselves when they know they won't go to heaven. So what's Sharia law?
Is that the one who's more extreme and they believe in the
Sharia law is very extreme.
They're the ones who believe in the intifada and martyrdom and all that type stuff, right?
Correct.
No.
Okay.
So it's just Sharia law is just the practice of Islam. It shows you the path to God. morals, ethnical codes on that Muslims live by. It's praying 5 times a day. It's basically everything that Muslims are supposed to abide by. But it's been turned into a bad thing by radicals.
And that's my point.
It's just a sect of Islam. The same way of being a Christian or the same way to being a Christian or a Catholic or Church of God in Christ is just a sect of Christianity. It's the same thing.
I understand that. And my point is, Bell, you just hit on it. Well, no, I would say Sharia law is more equivalent to Levitical law. But Bell, you just hit on it that Sharia law was taken over and misconstrued by radicals.
Absolutely. They
use Sharia law as a command for these radicals to self-unalive or self-boom or whatever you want to call it.
Martyrdom.
Right? Martyrdom. That is why they are doing this, because they are radicalizing. I will give you.
But that's not true. You're going to say that there are no Sunnis that believe in jihad? You're going to say that there are no Sunnis that believe in jihad?
There are Sunnis in jihad.
No. There are definitely Sunnis that also believe in jihad and intifada.
Jihad is.
I really love this conversation.
You're trying to paint it like only Sharia believes that. Some Sunnis do too.
Shia. By the way, it's Shia, not Sharia. It's Shia. That's different.
Shia and Sunni.
Yeah,
no, it's Sharia.
Thank you.
It's
Sharia law. Just Sharia.
It's Sharia law.
Sharia law just like explains Islamic law. Okay, Shia versus Sunni is different.
She heard what you said. She heard what you said and had to come up here to say it again.
Sharia law just explains Islamic law, right? Like Saudi Arabia, that is not mostly Shiite, right? They're not mostly. They're Sunni, exactly. They have Sharia law as well. So Sharia law just explains like Islamic law. Shiite versus Sunni is different.
Oh my God.
Oh, she's a Virgo. Sorry, cancel. Sorry, Bex. Gotcha. Yeah, you're a professional, so it's just my dad. I love him though.
Yeah, so Sharia law would be on par with Levitical law if you're comparing the two.
I would agree with that.
Right. So yeah, so if Sharia law is radicalized, you can command these radical actions, and jihad isn't Sharia law. Jihad is separate from Sharia law. So there's absolutely those two have nothing to do with each other. I didn't make that comparison. I brought up Sharia law because it's been radicalized to answer Bell's question of why they're self-unaliving themselves.
No, that's jihad. That goes through Sunni. That goes through Sunni and Shia.
That's not jihad. No, it's not. The action of self-unaliving is not jihad.
Martyrdom and self-unaliving is jihad.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Okay.
And nowhere are you going to show me where it says that jihad is martyrdom.
That's exactly what it is. Brown, did you say that? That's exactly the word for it.
That's what I said. People who are willing to unalive themselves or become martyrs in the name of Islam, whether they're Shia or Sunni, it is still jihad. Yes, it is.
Oh my God, Brown.
Jihad is
Listen, feminists, where do you get that fucking facts from? Jihad is literally martyrdom. That's exactly what it is. That's what I was trying to say.
Okay,
if someone comes to your doorstep and they want to unalive you because of your religion, then do that. That's what it really means. I know it has taken many different. I'm not done with my sentence. I know that since my country, Iran, has redefined jihad.
You're not from Iran. You have no idea. You just espoused bullshit about these people that you claim to be. You're not from there. Stop claiming it.
Why should I stop? من خیلی فارسی بلد هستم. چرا باید من حرف نزنم درباره؟
Just like Brown said about me, you look at the world from an American view. Did you hear me just speak Persian?
Listen, of course
I don't care what language you speak. You're not Iranian.
Say it again, Breeza. Stop.
You're not.
Did I say it in Farsi or what? I don't know what the fuck I'm doing right now.
What did you say in Farsi?
من میخواستم به فارسی اینو بگم که من خیلی ایرانی هستم اولا. Okay, and I don't think Persian is the kind of language that you can just fucking fake. Okay, unless
Just because you
want
know
to
a
tell
language
me.
doesn't mean you're part of those people.
I consider myself part of those people. Okay, my mom is from
But
there.
you're
My
not.
mom has
You don't know
suffered.
anything
I've been.
about them. You don't know the culture. You
Bro,
don't know
I don't
anything.
know who the
You
fuck
just
you
said
are
something
for
about
telling me who the
there's
fuck
no
I
such thing as
am,
a
but I
good
need for you to
Muslim.
take
Are you
several
stupid?
seats. I need for you to take several goddamn seats. What Brown is saying is very true. Jihad literally translates into being a martyr. That's
No, it
exactly what it
doesn't.
is. Yes, it does.
No, it doesn't.
You fucking
No, it
weirdo.
doesn't.
Yes, it does. You're gonna tell me you have more of a connection
Yes.
to my
Yes, I'm gonna
goddamn
tell
fucking
you.
country than I do?
It's not your country.
You weirdo
It's not your
Scandinavian.
country.
I cannot do it when fucking white men come up on this app and fucking try to tell me, girl, you're not fucking Iranian. Meanwhile, you're from fucking Scandinavia. The fuck? How do you know?
said
How the
you've been-
fuck do you know?
You said because you said
How
you've only been to the
fuck
country
do
2
you
times.
know?
2 times. 2 times, and that makes you
Listen,
Iranian?
Brown, I can't do this. I cannot do this. What Brown is saying, literally, jihad does mean martyrdom. That's exactly what it means.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does! Fucking weirdo. I hate him. I can't. I'm gonna crash out. I can't do this. Like, what the fuck? How do you know, you weirdo white man? How do you know? How do you know? How do you know?
All right, I gave you the definitions earlier from what I knew, but now I'm looking it up. Can you give me a second, Brie? Now I looked it up, okay, to give you, and it basically kind of is what I said. Okay, so there's greater jihad, the internal personal struggle against sin, temptation, and worldly desires to become a better Muslim. This is considered the most important form. Then there's lesser jihad, which is striving or fighting for a just cause, including defending Islam, upholding justice, spreading Islam.
That's the Allah Akbar, unalive all the infidels.
Nothing to do with martyrdom.
Allahu Akbar, by the way, Allahu Akbar only means God is great. That's all it means in Arabic, by the way.
Yes, but when you put it with the unalive all the infidels, and then boom, it's jihad.
No, I get you, Brown, but I can
jihad,
explain
but
to you
it's still
that
jihad.
when they say infidels, they don't mean anyone from the Abrahamic religion. So they're not talking about Christians. By the way, I'm not supporting them. They're not talking about Christians or Jews. They're talking about
Like they kind of do.
no, they're not. They're talking about like I hate to say
I'm
it.
literally losing brain
Those
cells.
that are not
I'm
part of the
literally losing
Abrahamic religions.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
I will
Brown,
give
what
this- I will give
what
this to
from
Muslims.
what
They
Bell
do have
just
more
said?
respect for what they
Scream
call
martyrdom.
people of the book.
Yeah. So actually,
No,
Jesus'
Brown,
name is brought up
Brown,
more in the
what
Quran.
from Bell
By
said
the way, I don't
screams
practice.
martyrdom.
The defense
just-
of Islam.
I can tell you don't practice. I can
The
tell
defense
you
of
don't
Islam.
practice.
Yeah, but you want to call me a fake Muslim?
No,
Meanwhile, you're fucking
the
Scandinavian.
defense
Go
of
fucking
Islam
go pray to
doesn't
Valhalla, bitch.
automatically mean
Go pray to
martyrdom.
Valhalla.
Sure, martyrdom
The
can be
motherfuckers who
part
chose
of
to
it.
stay in the frozen fucking cities. Go pray to that person. Like, what the fuck? I don't like
Yeah, so
Islam when it
Bro-
comes to how they treat. If it becomes mandatory, if hijab is mandatory, I don't love that. Right? That's what's happening to my country. And I don't care what the fuck you say, feminists, but that is my country. I've
I'm
been there. I
confused
know.
at what you're fighting about, though, because you do realize what martyrdom is, right? It's the act and suffering or dying for a
My uncle was a martyr, yeah.
for a deeply held belief, offending religious or political, involving severe persecution, again, torture or execution. Again, them unaliving themselves does not even go into martyrdom, but martyrdom is not in jihad, because God.
Okay, wait, hold on. What do you mean
Hold
martyrdom?
on.
Okay, wait, Belle. What do you define as? Do you think self-unaliving is martyrdom?
That's what you're saying.
No, Brown. Are you
make
saying?
it.
I'm not
That's
saying
what I
that,
said.
Brown.
That's what I
Oh,
said.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying
Okay,
saying
so I would
jihad is
like
actually standing up for
You
your
need-
religion.
Yeah, no, love. Martyrdom clearly states unaliving yourself for a deeply
Yeah.
held belief.
Right.
Okay.
Okay, can I say something? 1 second. Can I say something?
No,
I'm going to be
listen,
very.
I'm not
Okay,
done.
go ahead.
I'm
Go
not
ahead.
done.
Go
I'm
ahead.
I
not
think
done.
you said enough,
It
Bree,
is not
to be
in
honest.
jihad. It is not anywhere
I'm
in the
agreeing.
Quran, because Allah,
It isn't. It isn't.
Allahu, Islam does not let you come to heaven if you unalive yourself.
If you unalive yourself, 1,000. That's why I asked her that point of view. 1 second, if I can just reply to her, okay, please. So she's not wrong. She's 1,000% right. And it is Iran. It was with Khomeini, right? That the misunderstanding of jihad actually came about. Because this guy, Khomeini, went around telling everyone jihad means self-unaliving. You know why he had to do that? Because we were going to lose the war against Iraq. But it's wrong. Yeah, it doesn't matter why, but it was wrong. We were going to lose the war with Iraq. So that's on my uncle, right? He enlisted 14-year-olds. He said 14-year-olds to just go and by the way, there are pictures and videos of this shit where they would just throw themselves at mines. And that was called a jihad. I don't think that is a jihad, by the way. So when I described and defined a jihad, the way I understood, by the way, I'm not the best Muslim at all, but the way I defined it.
I know his name's in here somewhere. Hold on.
Hold on. Let me look at my GPUs.
Oppenheimer. That's his name.
Sure.
So it depends on whether or not you're in the blast zone, or how far away you are away from the blast zone. In the blast zone, like you said, is vaporized immediately. Up to 7 kilometers will be the fireball. 2,000 kilometers.
Okay, hold on. How many miles are in a kilometer?
I'm not fucking sure. I'm American. We use the metric system.
So then why do you keep saying kilometers? Why do you keep saying kilometers?
That's how they related it. So.
Okay, so this doesn't have to do with American nukes then.
What?
It doesn't
matter whether you use the metric system or not. It's still the same distance.
What? Well, why would Americans?
I think a kilometer is
talk about their fallouts with
kilometer is shorter than a mile, ain't it? Ain't a kilometer shorter than a mile?
Hold on, let's get the actual.
Let me make sure I get this right. One mile is equal to 1.6 kilometers. So a kilometer is shorter than a mile. Almost like 1.5, rounding out.
Okay, so what would be 7 kilometers?
No, it said 2,000 kilometers.
No, you said the initial was 7 kilometers.
That's the fireball.
Yeah, and I'm starting from. No, you said the initial fallout. These are the words you just used. You said the initial fallout, or the initial blast zone was 7 kilometers.
Right. The fireball will be 7 kilometers.
Yeah, 7 kilometers. So that's what, 4 miles?
Roughly.
Okay.
And then you have what they call a fallout zone, where
what's the
you
fallout?
couldn't be close because the land is radiated. It says 2,000 kilometers. So I think that would be more than 70 miles.
Where are you getting this information from? Oh, hold on. Hold on. Give me a second.
I'm talking about a B-83 nuke. The Castle Bravo, March 1st, 1954, the most powerful nuke ever dropped. The fireball was 7 kilometers wide. The crater was, the heat was over 100 million degrees Celsius. It was visible from 400 kilometers away. And if you can see it, then you're in the you're in the fallout zone. And the crater was 2,000 meters across, 76 meters deep. This is equivalent to 15 megatons of TNT.
We don't use those nukes anymore. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Why not?
We don't use those nukes anymore.
Okay. Who told you that?
That's why I'm being very specific about American nukes. We don't use those nukes anymore. Our nuke missiles have a initial fallout of 10 to 20 miles, and then a downwind of 50. We don't use those huge nukes anymore.
Well, those were the initial ones. They've only been dropped.
You know how much it costs to make those?
They've only been dropped on actual human populations twice. There's Hiroshima and Nagasaki, and
correct.
Those were what we would call low yield compared to what we have now. So I think the things that we have now will be even worse.
No, they're not. Look at the megatons of our nukes now.
I know the ones that were actually. I know the ones that were actually detonated. Now I don't know how you have this secret military technology, but the ones that were actually blown up on people was equivalent to 15 megatons of TNT.
But it's not secret military tech. It's not secrets. You can look up what type of nukes we have.
What type of nuclear do we have now?
Hold on.
Because I'm talking about the ones that were actually dropped on people. I don't know where he's getting his information from, but I'm talking about the ones that were actually dropped on people. They did a whole lot of testing, and this is what they came up with.
Yeah, Brian, you're not listening. We have big nukes. The majority of our nukes are not big. The majority of the nukes that we would use in a nuclear war or to do something like this would not be giant fucking nukes. We don't use those anymore. Now hold on, I'll put this up.
How do you substantiate that? Those look pretty fucking giant to me. Look like whole states was eradicated.
That's a picture. You gotta read what it says. I gotta get the big.
Well, I can't read it. It's too small.
It literally says that American nuclear missiles downwind fallout zone is 10 to 20 miles.
Do you really think if we went to nuclear war on this planet, we wouldn't pull out the big shit?
I'm not talking about nuclear war. I'm talking about wiping out a small section of a continent.
You do understand that Pakistan is a nuclear country, right?
And?
So if you were to launch nukes against Pakistan, they will launch nukes against us. That's why it's called mutually assured destruction.
Good luck.
What do you mean good luck? You can't stop an ICBM.
The only country I would be afraid of dropping nukes on would be Russia.
What?
Yeah.
You do understand that any country that's a nuclear power, if you drop nukes on them, they're automatically going to drop some on you. You do understand that, right?
No, Russia's
That's why it's called mutually assured destruction.
Russia's the only one with that technology.
So we
Russia's
would
not
be
the
able
only
to
one with that
stop.
technology. That's not true.
We would be able to stop certain nukes. The problem is that we would have to be on like our P's and Q's, and our deterrence would literally have to be like on A1, as well as the soldiers or people who were operating those machinery at the time.
I gotta disagree with you, T-Bone. You cannot stop an ICBM. It moves at hypersonic speed. We don't have the technology to be able to stop an ICBM.
We don't?
No.
What?
You don't think I'm?
No country has the technology to stop ICBMs.
Okay. I would disagree with you. That's all.
Yeah, I'm going to disagree with that as well. The only country that has the technology, look, and this is why I say Russia's the only one with this technology. Russia invented technology, and this is why we didn't go with Cold War, because Russia implemented a system where they embedded vibration sensors within their grounds that connect to the central unit. If any of these sensors feel the vibration of a nuke hit the ground, it sends a signal to the central unit, which then, there's no stopping it, launches every nuke that Russia owns. It launches every single one of them. And if anything happens to the central unit, same thing happens. Russia is the only one that uses this technology.
But so how would they know who their target is?
It's literally targeted at every fucking country. It's targeted everywhere. Every missile they have launches at everybody in the world.
So if Pakistan launches a nuke on Russia, America has nothing to do with it. Then they have a dedicated system to where everybody gonna feel it. Ain't that what Iran said? Yeah. Everybody gonna feel it. I don't.
Yeah.
I
You can
think
look
Yeah,
this
but
up.
Iran is not nuclear capable that we know
You
of
can
at the moment.
absolutely look this up. They invented it during the Cold War, and they still have it in place. They said it, they designed it. If they get nuked, everybody gets it.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm pretty
And
sure
you're
that's the
talking
case
about
with the United
thousands.
States too. I'm pretty sure that's the case with the United States too.
No,
but
well, as far as I know, we don't use this technology.
Yeah, but this technology has never been displayed, even in Russia. So how will we know? It's not like they're gonna come out and tell you.
Are we? Yeah, they do. You can look this up.
Bullshit.
You can look this
You
up.
think the United States tells us everything that they're
Russia
capable of?
literally boasted
Bro.
about it. Russia literally boasted about it. Russia said, "Go ahead and nuke us and watch what happens."
Yes, as a deterrent. But this technology has never been displayed around the world.
Well, sure, because the only way to display it is by testing it. And if you test it, everybody dies.
Exactly.
Are you really going to call Russia liars? Are you really going to take the chance?
No, I'm not going to call Russia liars. I've been saying for the longest time, y'all better leave Putin the fuck alone because he ain't playing.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
don't.
But like,
but America, if America had used
though,
this, I'm not saying that America doesn't have
nobody
this
has
technology.
used it.
I'm saying if
Nobody
America
has
used this
That's
technology, they would say.
But that's my point. Nobody has used it because if somebody had used it, we wouldn't be here talking about it.
Semantics.
Oh,
Using it is semantics. Using it is no. Hold on, semantics. Using it is simply putting it into operation. That is using it.
But no, okay, but that's my point. Nobody has used it because if somebody had, we wouldn't be here talking about it right now.
They have it in operation. Russia hasn't been nuked.
Neither have we.
They use
that's
it.
my whole point.
But hold on.
That's what I'm saying.
That's why I'm saying semantics, because I'm saying they use it. You're like, they don't use it because we're still here.
Just listen to me for a second, and maybe you'll understand what I'm saying. When it comes to nuclear war, even if we're talking about Pakistan, who don't have as many nukes as the United States or Russia, when we're talking about mutually assured destruction, it's called mutually assured destruction for a reason. If a nuclear war breaks out, all of us die. So we wouldn't be sitting around talking about what technology
that's not true.
Or whether or not you can knock down the ICBM.
That's not true. Look, I'm not saying we just out of the blue do this without talking to anybody, right? We would first get everybody else on board. Like, hey, they're a fucking problem. Let's get rid of them. We can go about our happy lives, right? So it's not like we drop it on Pakistan and all the Middle East, and then everybody's
Pakistan
like,
is in the Middle East.
No, you didn't hear what I just said. You didn't let me finish. I said it's not like we're just going to drop it on Middle East and Pakistan, and then everybody's like, "Oh, attack USA." No, we would talk to everybody first and be like, "Hey, this is what we're gonna do. Keep it hush hush. We're gonna fuck them up. Get them out of here. Good riddance."
I just don't understand what the reason would be for wanting to do that. What the reason would be for wanting to do that.
I don't even understand what the
world would not
have weapons that can destroy the planet. Just the idea that we have weapons that can destroy the planet is fucking stupid.
It is, and the other thing is that if we think that like the women and children deserve what fucking happens, or like we're willing to like sacrifice that for a better world, that's just to me a morally bankrupt person. That's how that sounds to me. Y'all
remember that movie Terminator Judgment Day, where like all the kids are playing in the park? Y'all remember that movie where like all the kids are playing in the park?
Emotion if it is. Go ahead.
Sure,
I remember Terminator Judgment Day, where like all the kids are playing in the park, and then all of a sudden you see the mushroom cloud, and then there's like this big ass fucking fireball that just spreads out, and everybody's just burned up instantly. That's what the fuck that's what a nuclear war would look like. Okay, and then you got to turn out, even if you do survive the initial blast, you have to survive the nuclear fallout, which is literally radiation cooking your skin off your fucking bones. Like the idea that we would even have these type of weapons in the first place, something that's that much destruction, and then we will advertise it to the rest of the world is fucking stupid.
How is it fucking stupid? We literally power so many things off of nuclear power, and you're going to sit here and say the fact that we have.
I'm not talking about nuclear fusion. I'm talking about nuclear weapons.
It's all the same technology. It's just used in a different way.
The idea.
So you can't say it's stupid. Hold on, but you can't say it's stupid that we have bombs, but it's a good thing we have reactors.
Well, reactors power.
Let me ask you a question. Right. If I had a homeboy who is stationed over in Turkey, right?
Don't talk with your mouth full.
Sorry about it. Got a homeboy who's stationed out in Turkey, right? And he says that the weaponry that they are using, the Humvees that they are driving over there, were built in the 70s. Do you think that we are advancing that fast when it comes to that technology? When it comes to our military capabilities? Well, if we're there are a lot of, I don't know the reason that we're in Turkey, but I would assume the reason that we are is because there are a lot of assets, or because there's a utility to us being in Turkey, and helping Turkey out in their situation. Why would we huh?
I said that would be logical.
Right. Why do we have Humvees that were built in the 70s being used in these bases where assets are very fucking valuable? So much so that we would need to deploy Americans over to those bases.
Are you assuming that those Humvees are obsolete because they were built in the 70s?
Yes, based off of conversations I've had. Yes, based off of conversations I've had with my friend who is stationed over there.
Well, I can kind of substantiate
well,
that.
Give me some context.
Context is that one of the women who were driving the Humvee ended up hitting a pothole. Yeah, I guess that's the first problem, right? Long story short, they end up moving everything, and when she hits the pothole, 2 other soldiers get ejected from the Humvee in an armored vehicle, right? Like that's not supposed to happen.
Like, what the fuck? That's rule 101.
I hear what you're saying, right? You can baffle, I get, right? But
it's a joke.
thing.
Oh my God, T-Bone.
No.
Feminism for all. Come on.
Look, but on the topic of the conversation, right? It's like it worries me that, and this is one of the things I talk about. It's that, but then also having the mindset that America is just built fucking different to be able to drop these bombs on so many other people and not have repercussions for their actions. You feel what I'm saying?
That's my whole point. Yes, that's my point.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
But if we can, okay, but in to respond to something else you said first, right? To place onto me that I'm in, because I don't appeal to the emotions you do. When I can substantiate and justify why I feel the way I feel beyond just saying I don't like these people. That's not evil. Right?
No, you cannot. I'm sorry. No, you cannot.
It really is. It is evil.
If you can give me, sir, if you can give me a moral justification, right, that most of our members in the military, most of our citizens would look at what you just said and go, yeah, that's a reason to drop nukes on the Middle East, I'll bow out of this conversation.
Hold on. Let me give a counter argument to that before he goes. Let me give a counter argument to that. I think most of the world would say it's not the Middle East that's the problem. It's the fucking United States. Like, if we're going to be honest about it, I think we cause way more death and destruction around the planet than anybody in the Middle East ever have. So if we're going to have this conversation, the great evil will be the United States, not fucking Iran. We attack them way more than they attack us.
No, wait, Brown, I already told you my issue. And you conceded to it.
What was the issue?
They have had the longest lasting conflict in human history that has affected almost everybody in the world.
No, my concession was they're some of the oldest countries on the fucking planet. The United States is only what? 1776?
That wasn't your concession, because I said that even if it's not economic, it's diplomatic. If it's not diplomatic, it's economic or political or some form
or religious
of issue that is causing conflict with the rest of the world, because this sector of the earth can't get its shit together.
No, it would be my argument. See, you didn't say all that the first time. It would be my argument. I did. I've been saying that this whole time. It would be my argument first off that these are some of the oldest countries on the planet. So yes, they do have tribal wars and stuff like that, but it's not worldwide issues. First off,
it is.
Secondly,
it is.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
Is it? Wait.
If a Sunni tribe is fighting a Shiite, hold on. Let me finish. If a Sunni tribe is fighting a Shiite tribe somewhere in the Middle East, it's not affecting the United States, bro. It's just not. You know what I'm saying? We all the way across the ocean. It ain't got shit to do with us. You know what affects us? When we go over there and try to inflict regime change simply because we don't like the way somebody else is running their fucking country.
Wait. Are we
the world police?
Is our economy is our economy affected by Israel?
Yeah, because we send them billions of dollars every year for no fucking reason.
Exactly. Well, we have contracts. We have things we have to uphold. Yes, we do.
No, we have politicians that are bought off and have dual citizenship.
No, we have contracts with Israel. We have weaponry contracts.
No, we have politicians that are bought off and have dual citizenship and have more loyalty to that country than they do to their own.
So are you going to tell me we don't have a contract that requires us to sell weaponry to Israel?
Why would we have that contract? That makes no fucking sense.
Are you going to tell me that we don't have that contract?
I'm telling you, we have those contracts because we have politicians that have dual citizenship and are bought off by lobbyist groups, and that's why we have more loyalty to that country than we have to our own.
How old is this contract? How far back are you going to say it's corrupt government?
I don't know. I'm going to guess about 1940. I don't know. I'm going to guess about 1948. And you know why I'm saying 1948.
I understand why you're saying 1948, but if my memory serves me correctly, this contract's been around before 1948.
How? When they didn't even exist before 1948?
They did exist. What are you talking about?
No, they didn't. The state of them boys did not exist before 1948.
No, that's not how it went. They simply put it on documentation. That's why there was a conflict before, because they were already calling themselves a state.
So and then the conflict in 1948. The Bible is a historical document.
No, I believe that they believe that the Bible is a historical document.
Okay, so how do we make contracts with a